Blog Talk Radio.
Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, good morning, John Hollis with Waking Up Blessed, and I hope everybody had a great weekend. We sure did. Did a lot of work online. Hope everybody's caught up on what we're doing here at Rockers in Recovery and Waking Up Blessed. I want to thank, of course, SoberMap app for sponsoring, one of the sponsors of Waking Up Blessed here. You can check them out at SoberMap.com. And it's a great app that you can put on your phone and just like Yelp, find a meeting of your choice, whatever A you fit in. They'll have there for you to be able to find a meeting in your area. So SoberMap.com to download the SoberMap app. Waking Up Blessed is really kind of a show that is about starting our day with inspirational stories of experience, strength, and hope. And through my journeys over the years, I have really met some really cool people that have powerful messages of hope. And one of the things that I look at for myself in doing this is it's really kind of a benefit and a cool thing for me, too, because I get to wake up blessed every day. And by the grace of God, I get to have people in my life like Russell that's getting ready to come on. Russell Levine has been around a long time, and he does great work, and he helps a lot of people. And I've watched him over the years, and I've met him at recently at a John Giordano event down in Fort Lauderdale. I think we had met before that, but that was when I really got to sit and chat with him for a while. Just a great guy all the way around, and he's got a great message of hope. So let's bring Russell on. And Russell, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, John. So blessed to be here. And yes, this is Russell Levine, and it is an amazing day. I did wake up blessed. I had a tearful night. I got some bad news about a friend of mine's daughter. She's in critical condition now. I'm praying for Farah right now because there was a horrible car accident yesterday, and the power of prayer is a wonderful thing, and I'm very hopeful that she will come through. And the power of prayer was actually the topic of a morning meeting I went to this morning at 7 a.m., 12-step meeting. We're at a conference at Amelia Island. And of course, 13 years ago when I just got into recovery, I had no idea. I didn't believe in prayer. I mean, but as a matter of fact, like a lot of people, I didn't really know how to pray. And I was at work I worked at an auto parts place for $7 an hour about 13 years ago, and running around and trying to get my life together. And I needed a drink. I was just having an awful day, and I remember a therapist telling me, well, if you need to, obviously, you'll find out soon that wasn't in the program. She goes, just count backwards from 10, and then when you're done, the urge to drink will stop. And if that doesn't work, have your favorite non-alcoholic beverage. So after 5 Mountain Dews, and the urge to drink was still going crazy, I ran around up front, and there was a guy, one of the cashiers up front, said, Russell, what is going on? I said, I need the drink. And, God had placed him there for me. He had 6 years in the program, and he said the obvious question that I just didn't know. He said, did you try to pray? I was like, pray? I don't know how to pray. And he goes, just go outside and do something. Pray. So I ran outside, and the only prayer I ever remember was Gone with the Wind. As God is my witness, I'll never be poor again, or whatever. I don't know the exact words. So I ran outside, and I looked at God and screamed, because that's how I pray at the time. As God is my witness, I'll never drink again. And I had no way of knowing that was going to work. I did not believe it, and it did. And that urge was completely gone that day. And I've used my higher power that I call God, that power to stay sober the rest of my time, with lots and lots of help with others. I remember my first meeting, and I'd gone to lots of meetings, but never really listened. Court ordered, this ordered, that ordered. I remember there was a woman up there And all I wanted to do was get my license back. I said, this is what AA is going to do for me. I am just going to get my license back, and I'll be fine. That's all I wanted. And this woman got up and said, I just got my license back today after 5 years. That's the most amazing thing. And, of course, I got up and said, but you don't understand. This will never happen to me. I can never drive again. 5 DUIs. I shouldn't drive again. And, of course, long story short, I got my license back. And I sold myself short. I've gotten so much more than my license back through recovery. And all the promises and more have come true. And if I prayed for what I wanted back then, I would still sell myself short. The power of God and my higher power is so amazing.
Russell, great message. I got a question for you. As we go through our day, hey, listen, life throws life at life's terms at us every day. And when you're having those moments where you're, frustrated or maybe you don't like where you're at, how do you deal with those issues, like right at the moment?
I get frustrated. I stamp my feet. I kick rocks, and then I start over. I said, you know what? This day is not going exactly how I planned it. Ha ha. What do you know? And I start over. I said, you know what? This is my plan as usual. It's not going right. Let's start over. Let's slow down. Let's pause. My favorite thing to do is pause because I get ahead of myself. I'm running late. I'm doing this. What did I not do? Did I not pray this morning? Did I not read my morning meditation? Did I do my grapevine quote? Did I do this? Did I do that? Was I cranky? And so I pause and say, let's start again. Because usually I'm moving too fast. I want to get things done now, and I'm such a busy, important person in my mind. Oh, well, because of recovery, I forget that that's how I got there. Everything I have, everything I've earned is because of recovery. Not because of me. Left to my own devices, I'd still be in prison or worse, because that's what I do when my self-will runs riot. I go to jail. My freedom, I consider my freedom so important to me, I put it before everything else, and I lose it. And I need to remember that every moment of every day. Breaking out in handcuffs. Every time. Every time. And that's on a good day. Before recovery.
Russell, you said you're at a conference. What kind of conference is it? Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
This is the Core C4 conference. I represent the Beaches Treatment Center in Lantana, Florida. And we are here networking, telling other people throughout the United States and the world about our program, and learning. This week we're learning about music therapy. There's
very cool.
12 courses today about music therapy, which is the most, music was the key to my recovery and also the key to my my alcoholism. I used to work in a band, and the power greater than myself was me and alcohol. And one day I realized, while sitting in the Four Seasons, that my life is miserable, and I had to leave the band I was working for. And then my life got worse because my life was all based on ego. And I'm not even in the band, but yet I think I am the greatest. The band could not exist without me. Granted, they were fine 25 years before me and 25 years after me. But at that particular moment, they were only at Madison Square Garden because of me, thanks to cocaine and alcohol and my ego. When I left, it got so much worse because I didn't realize how much I based my entire life on something else that I could not control. And it took me a long time to get out of that mess that I caused because I kept pushing and fighting and thinking I'll get out of this myself. The same idiot, as I like to say, who got into this mess can get myself out of this mess. And it failed.
So true it is.
Time and time again. Yeah, absolutely.
So true it is, man. I've been there. I understand exactly where you're at, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that have gone through it in similar ways. Might not be the same circumstances, but it's definitely, if you're battling against something and you're trying to make it happen, and you're all lit up, it never works out well. It always ends in a train wreck.
Yes, mine was quite a train wreck. Like as other people, I'm not special. My train wreck was no better or worse than anyone else's. It was just my personal train wreck, and it sucked until it didn't. But now,
Russell, that being said, I want to ask you. That being said, I want to ask you about music end of it, because you brought up something very important. Because when Rockers in Recovery started, one of the things that it was about was, hey, listen, who I was as a rocker that wasn't in recovery. Well, now I'm different. I'm a rocker in recovery. And because I'm a rocker in recovery, I hear music differently. It means different things to me. It actually is a spiritual axiom at times. Right? There's a lot of things that music brings to me. How do you feel when you hear somebody say, you shouldn't be listening to music in early recovery, you shouldn't be doing this with music, you shouldn't, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that disagree with the theory. What do you say to that?
And they can feel any way they want to, and I say, that might be your particular journey. That's not true for me. I encourage all my sponsees, everyone I meet, clients, to listen to music. Music is such a spiritual part of our path. It's like smelling something. It brings you back 20 years, 25 years. It just brings me back to the moment. And there's certain songs that I hear that remind me of who I was, and say, oh, I don't want to be there. And then when I listen to them sober, I'm like, oh, well, look at that. I had that all wrong. Wow. I get a completely different meaning. Like reading the Big Book over and over again and getting different results. Every day my life's a little different, and every day a song that I might have thought means something to me then, means something completely different due to my sobriety. And I never want to regret my past, but then I said, God, I wish I was at that concert sober. I would have been able to. People say, oh, Russell, you did all these wonderful things for the Grateful Dead. You should write a book. I don't remember anything. I was drunk and high the entire time. I remember little bits and pieces, little flashes of infamousy and terror. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I got away with that, or I did this. And all of a sudden it'll flash into my mind, and then it'll disappear. And now I go to concerts, and I have such a good time, and I still dance just as hard as I used to, and I can still embarrass myself, but legally, just as well, and have a great time.
It's very true. I remember, back in the early '80s, the Animals were doing a reunion tour back then. And, that tells you something. And in the meantime, here I am underneath of a chair, stoked up and out of my mind. I can't remember a thing from the show, but people tell me I was there. And you're absolutely right. Today I get to go to shows and have an amazing experience, getting ready to go up in October to check out Clapton and some guests at Madison Square Garden. It's going to be, a very cool experience. It always has been for me, I love going there. I love being a part of that stuff.
Yeah, and the beauty is a lot of the old rockers that I like now, there's meetings during the break at shows. The Grateful Dead have Wharf Rats, and other bands have their thing, and it's just such a fantastic. We have a safe place to go during the show if we get a little squirrely, and we can go anywhere, if we go there for spiritual reasons, and it's a wonderful way to go through life.
Russell, thank you so much for being on the show today and bringing us your message of hope, and of course we wish you all, God's grace as you go out on your mission of helping others, man, and thank you for all you do for the recovery community.
Thank you for having me, and keep on rocking.
We'll talk soon.
Bye.
Okay.
Yep, love you. Bye.
All right, guys. Russell's a really great guy. You can check him out on Facebook. And of course, just go to Russell Levine. You can just at Russell Levine. Check him out. Got a great message of hope. Always puts up some great rock and roll, and always has a good sense of humor. Puts some funny stuff up. He's just a great guy all the way around. So check him out. You're listening to Waking Up Blessed on Rockers in Recovery. I want to thank SoberMap app for being the sponsor of this morning's show. And you can check out the recovery media partners by going to rockersandrecovery.com and click on recovery media and the media partners. And there's all kinds of information there, from Music Cares to SAMHSA to Clearbrook Treatment Centers, Amethyst Recovery Center, the Shores Treatment and Recovery, Hope and Grace Recovery. There's private treatment. There's information on 12-step organizations, everything that you would need to be able to, get help if you're looking for help or if you're looking for help for a loved one. Again, we want to thank everybody for, tuning in to Waking Up Blessed Monday through Friday. And you can check us out right at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook. The morning show is always pinned to the top of the page, and it's at Rockers in Recovery on Facebook. And, of course, LinkedIn, you can find it there. You can find it on Twitter, at Rockers in Recovery on Twitter. You can find it, of course, at the Google+. There's all kinds of different social medias that we're involved with. So please check it out. Have a great day. We look forward to being back on the air with you again tomorrow. And Smash Palace, if you got to listen, last week we had David Usikian from the Hooters on, and he is part of a band called Smash Palace. And they have a new release out. You can check it out at Smash Palace on Facebook, and it's It Happened to Me. It's a great new tune by those guys. Check it out, and we'll definitely catch up with you tomorrow.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.